Finish up a piece of pizza. SOAR liked their strategy in game 1. They said, hey, we should have won that. Ban out Guam. Ban out the Quang again. Honestly surprised. I thought they'd go for the Thor ban and then pick up the Quang. The Thor was not the strongest pick for them. Quite a few mechanical misplays. Quite a few. Nemesis ban coming out from Panthera. See what they get rid of second. They might ban the Vamana. They're not. Huh. They banned the Susano. What they're doing here is they're forcing SOAR into the Thor pick again. They're forcing them to pick Thor, because if they don't pick Thor, then Panthera's going to get it. And they can't afford to give Panthera Thor. But I honestly don't think they wanted Thor. I really don't think they wanted it, actually. Interesting. So they went ahead, picked the Thor. Susanna and Quang are gone. Looking right back towards that Raijin. I see no reason to mix up the Raijin pick with how successful it was. No reason to mess with that. That was a solid pick. And the Bacchus. Panthera doing the salty NA run back. They're saying, hey, we won the game. Even if we were losing at one point, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we won the game. At the end of the day, we won the game.
I grab hold and don't let go.
We got the salty NA run back. Thor, Janus Sobek, Raijin, Bacchus. But it ain't going to be Susano this time. It's going to be Fenrir. Probably. Let's see what it is. Give me the hot Fenrir pick. Give me the hot Fenrir pick. Nope. They're going with the Huyi. I find it interesting that they haven't picked Adapting's God yet, because now on the side of SOAR, I say just ban out 2 junglers, dude. You get rid of Fenrir and you get rid of something else. You put them on a really, really off God. Legit. Not sure if I agree with not picking Adapting's God there, because now they're free to ban out junglers. They took out the Vamana from Baskin, smart ban. One of Baskin's strongest carry gods. They're going to go ahead and ban the Fenrir. We knew they were going to do that. Not going to give Adapting Fenrir for free if he's not going to pick it in the first 3. Ban on the Apollo. Keep that Yankee off a comfortable god like Apollo. And then some other ban, I imagine, a Hunbat, a Neja. They're going to ban the Hunbats. There it is. All of Adapting's like top 5 even gods right now are off the table. So I guess she's looking towards Mercury, Neja. Shit, Kali, but I wasn't even playing Kali. There's Kabrakan. I've never seen him pull out Kabrakan, but Kabrakan's on the table.
Looks like all of my best parts.
Osiris, which is probably for the solo lane. Osirises have been known to jungle in the past, but probably for the solo lane to give Dimmy onto a god that basically wins all matchups. Robin is still on the table for Baskin, as is a lot of other things. Bologna, Amaterasu. So they've got options. It's going to be the Robin. It's going to be the standard Robin pick. They'd have banned it against Baskin last game. This game, they went ahead and banned the Vamana instead. We're going to see the Jing Wei coming out from a Wheelix. From a Wheelix. Oh, as I said from a Wheelix, what I meant to say was I would pick a Wheelix if I was Panthera. And they're going to pick up the Wheelix. They have the knockup from Bacchus for the Wheelix, and Jing Wei has to fly away, fly away. I expect to see Adapting camping the duo lane because he can't catch anybody except for Jing Wei. the only person he can catch, so he needs to be built around that Jing Wei, considering that's literally the only person he can pluck from natural causes outside of, you know, Bacchus flopping somebody up and or, you know, a Wheelix hitting the knock-up. I guess technically, I think Hui's 3 knocks up if you have your mark on them. So that counts as a knock-up, but I mean, you're not really going to see Emilito initiate with his getaway skill to give the flop for a Wheelix just for somebody to beads it and for Emilito to go, maybe I shouldn't have done this. But we're going to get into game 2. Game 1 was a bond, but the bonds were burned. Rip all the owls inside. Let's go. Where am I? Okay. Let's go, baby. Give me some hot Smite audio. I want to hear some fights. I want to hear some... There we go. Alright, once again, we got SOAR first pick versus Panthera second pick. Same sides, same picks. Death Toll Robin, Death Toll Osiris, and SOAR is looking for an early pickoff. Dimmy's there. They don't see him. But Dimmy's right behind them. They're so deep, they don't see Dimmy. Dimmy might even see them. I don't even know if Dimmy sees them. They're just go, okay. Okay, they walk. Oh, and Bacchus back to the mid lane. They just straight walked right past each other. Right past each other. Holy. Alright, that'll do. Death tolls for our soul laners as well as a teleport for Baskin. Dimmy gonna go ahead and not buy his active yet. Wisely. You do not need to buy an active as a solo laner if it's going to be teleport, because if you back, you can just get your teleport. So, not a big deal there. Possible invade coming out from SOAR. They may look to do with their fight the mids to the blue buff. We'll see if they go for that option. They are not going to invade. Standard start, they're going to do their mids to blue. Panthera are going to do their speed to blue. Got golden bows for our hunters. We got our watchers gifts and boots for our support in the wrong order just so they can trigger me. Soulstone Doom Orbs coming out for our mid laners. Wow, a lot of damage coming out from Herwin there. And Boomba's Mask for our junglers. Red pot on Thor. No red pot for adapting on a Wheelix. Homie leaning over his keyboard. He is into this game. He is pumped. Herwin got his serious face on. A lot of seriousness coming out from the side of SOAR right now. Panthera looks chill. Yaman cracking a bit of a smile right there. Having some fun. Meanwhile, SOAR looking pretty serious. Outside of course, my boy Baskin, who's going, well, let's see if I can carry. So we'll see how this goes. SOAR has pressure over in the duo lane with the Sobek Jing Wei combo. As we would expect, hard to have lane pressure against Sobek because you're so afraid to move up from the pluck. Mid lane pressure seems to be fairly even. Solo lane pressure going to be the favorite of Timmy because Osiris has the best lane pressure out of any solo lane god. So we're going to see him have the pressure here. It was a smart pick for them to take that Osiris. Dimmy having some troubles in more even matchups. So give him the best clear solo laner in the game and just let him fight over and over again so he can't fall behind. Adapting, looking for the early gank over on Robin. Wow. Hit level 5 from the creeps, actually. Would have been super, super sneaky if you would have ganked him right there. Super sneaky. Both teams completely even, sitting at about 12,000 gold. Nobody playing anything super aggressive. Our mid and jungler is going over this fire creep. Might see some contention. We're gonna see the Janus ult. Will it hit? It will hit him. Oh man, the Janus ult hit Dimmy. But Homie's ultimate was good until Dimmy went ahead and used his ultimate to get out wisely before the Thor landed, so he got away from that. Otherwise, that would have been a free kill with the CC long duration. Opportunity missed. Jigs may be looking for a pluck, realizes no real opportunity. And we got a code in the top left-hand corner. Woo! Big gog, dude. Big goggle. Goggle on my big. Wait, what? It's so large. Just let your eyes read the big. Mid Harpies not getting slain by SOAR. Unfortunately, Panthera had walked out of the range of them, so the damage from Janus did not count. Nobody wanting to make any mistakes right now. Our game is real even, dude. Real even. Speed buff is up on SOAR. Not opting to do it yet. Looking like they're going to clear the mid wave. Then go look for their speed buff. Met Yankee trying to do a little bit of bait, it seems. Staring right into a wall, saying, Emilito, I don't even need to look at you to know what you're doing. You're so predictable. We have a good initiation coming out from Raffer. Damage onto Homie. Does not seem to be enough to kill him, but Jig's going to be in a lot of trouble if Adapting can get the Feather Step off, which he's going to, and Feather Step does so much damage once again. First blood going to Adapting. Emilito, though, wow. Looking for a big play, but a good portal coming out. And they did not do the speed buff earlier, which is now coming back to haunt them. This may be another speed buff for Adapting for free. Can Baskin somehow steal it for his team? He cannot, and iRaffer is going to go ahead and pick up that speed buff. That's why as a jungler, you got to do your speed buff the exact moment that it comes up, because that's the opportunity that's going to happen. You make one mistake, and then boom, they're going to go take your speed buff because it's that important. Panthera up an early 1K against SOAR. Meanwhile, Baskin has managed to somehow get an XP lead over Dimmy, who had the early control. In fact, even winning the trades now for himself. Has he backed more? He does have boots finished, and Dimmy does not. He doesn't know where anybody is, so he can't really dive this. Instead, just gonna look for the free farm, get as much XP as he can, go ahead and continue that nice little farm he has going. Adapting, once again, going to be a problem for this team. Adapting had, give or take, 700 gold on a Wheelix. And we all know from playing Smite that when a Wheelix gets ahead, your life becomes real bad real fast. Not one of the gods you want to get ahead. That Feather Step base damage, when it starts hitting for like 500, you just go, oh, fantastic. This seems like there's counterplay. So you gotta be careful for that. Adapting, just looking for the fight. Doesn't quite get the Feather Step off, actually. A great pluck coming out from Jigs right there. Going to allow Homie to get a counter kill back onto Adapting. Adapting actually had his beads up, but wasn't looking for the beads because he thought his Feather Step was going to go off in time. You saw him get the double auto, which is when you Feather Step afterwards for the AoE Feather Step. Unfortunately, gets plucked just what must be a tenth of a second before he clicks the button, allowing him to get killed right there. And he's going to let SOAR get some more farm back. Meanwhile, Baskin, dude, destroying Dimmy. His team has an opportunity to come over and gank him. A good Thor ult, gonna go ahead and land on him, do the damage, but he already had the CC channel immunity. Homie gets another kill. And Adapting is going to pick up another kill for himself. Both junglers sitting at 2 kills. Baskin going to use the portal to get away. Adapting's ultimate is still up, so he may look to continue the aggression on anything. Try to combo something with Raffer, but Raffer's flop is down right now. And it seems they're not going to be able to do anything more. Both junglers this game trying to get their teams ahead. Adapting currently doing the better job, but both of them 2-1. 3-man rotation to a blue buff. Hi-Raffer uses his ultimate to secure it, and we know the Adapting ultimate is up, but Baskin's ultimate was up as well. 1 for 1 on the ultimate, outside of the fact that Raffer uses ultimate to secure a blue buff. But on the whole, probably a win for Panthera, taking that buff away from Baskin, not to mention also the XP and the gold Try to help Dimmy catch back up a little bit as he has once again fallen a little bit behind. Not a lot, just a little bit. Homie itching his crotch. Because there's nothing like a crotch itch, dude, when you're at a big stage like this and you got the camera right on you, dude. I feel you, dude. I feel you. I play with my nose like this. I play with my nose. People always think I'm picking with my nose. When I get nervous, I do this. When I say rip, I just say I'm picking my nose. I don't care anymore. Picking my nose. That's what I'm doing. Once again, though, only 1k gold advantage for Panthera. Not insurmountable. Big hammer damage coming out from homie, dude. He scratched his big hammer, and now he's throwing the big hammer, dude. If you know what I mean. Baskin and Dimmy trading over here right now. Dimmy getting the slight better of the trade. Meanwhile, the counter war there for SOAR. Looking to put some pressure around the map. And so far, so good for both teams right now. Both teams probably pretty happy with the current performance. They need to be careful now on the side of SOAR about the Ryzen. Last game, that Ryzen was definitely a problem for them. But if we look over at SOAR, Matt Yankee has a 400 gold lead on Huyi, on Jingwei of all gods. Jingwei, one of the best end game hunters in the entire game, arguably the best outside of maybe Artemis, honestly. Outside of maybe Artemis. Amelito getting a little bit of damage on the mat here. Oh my god, a brilliant ricochet. Gonna place a lot of damage on a Jingwei. Luckily, best part about Jingwei is you simply just come back, but a big flop onto Jigs, immediately gonna get killed. Jigs does not have beads. And another pick on a Homefei. Because Jigs does not have beads, this means that this Bacchus adapting combo with the Wheelix is going to be so deadly. As a support player, you have to get beads against an Wheelix, otherwise they will farm you all game. Panthera picks up the Gold Fury, not without getting hit by that Janus ult, but it's not gonna matter. They're gonna walk away with the first significant lead of the game of about 2.5k. And that was a pick off onto Jigs and Homefei that led to that. On Jigs and Homefei. Panthera smartly playing the corner, landing the Bacchus flop with Raffer, leading to the kills. We once again see that Vanguard coming out from Raffer, making him real tanky, real quick. Certainly an interesting item to buy. Very interesting. Very interesting. Especially because he combines it with pen boots as well, actually. Well, at least SOAR got their speed buff. Gotta think about the positives. 4 members of Panthera in the right jungle, maybe looking for a gank onto Baskin. They are. Will Baskin be able to get away? It seems he just might be able to. A lot of damage coming out from adapting, but adapting's also kind of giving this kill up, saying, nah, we're done with this kill, let it go. Raffer finding himself taking a lot of damage, but Homie finding himself taking even more damage. Maybe a half an HP left on Hobie if he's lucky. If he's lucky, that was half an HP. That was crazy. Wow. Honestly, good play from both teams, not losing any members. Doing what they needed to do to keep everybody alive. But damn. Raffer close to dead, but Homie just... He had like both legs in the grave. He had like a toe out. He had a toe. Just a toe chilling. He was like, I don't want to. Baskin going over. Did Baskin take the blue buff? It seems not. They both have blue buff, so I imagine he did not steal that. But Baskin always looking to make those aggressive plays. All the time. All the time. He is winning the best of these trades right now. And he does have a serious goal lead. Adapting, though, using the ultimate onto Herwin. Herwin forced ultimate out. Herwin only level 11 compared to Yemen at 13 and adapting at 13. Definitely going to be a problem for him. Once again, Herwin falling behind on this Janus. Not finding a good spot. Baskin ulting over the Bacchus flop, actually, and still fighting 2v1. Doesn't seem to be that afraid. Doesn't seem to be that afraid. We're going to have the initiations coming out from Panthera. They couldn't find anything, though. Yaman dashes in. Homie taking so much damage. Rapper going to finish him off with a big old drunk. And Panthera may look to take down this solo lane. They are. Baskin is nothing but dead, which means that this is going to be a free tier 1 tower from Panthera. And I think this is more of the games that people expected out of Panthera. 13 minutes into this game, we're pushing towards a 3K plus gold lead, maybe looking towards 4. And Panthera on the rise in gold and XP. Only Baskin and Matt Yankee right now really holding on their respective positions. The rest of the team, that core support jungle mid combo, having a rough time right now making it through this stage of the game. And this is really a stage of the game where they can't be losing, because we saw when the game hits that 25 to 30 minute mark how strong that Panthera's fight can be. And once again, invading the jungle, they're going to take the red buff and the life of Homie. Yemen getting the pressure. They're actually going to leave the red buff alone, taking the pick and calling it a win, not wanting to overstay their welcome. Honestly, they probably could have gotten the red buff. In fact, will they go back for it? They will not. Going to go ahead and leave that red buff there. Simply being disciplined, letting the win happen, and not trying to stretch for too much. But they will go for the speed buff instead, but they will also maybe not. No, they got it. Raffer picks up the speed buff, barely. Raffer right now currently the same level as Whirlwind. Not preferable. Not preferable. 33,000, yes. 34,000 to 37,000. Once again, they're looking for the gank on to Bastion. He has no tower. Thor is so far away. I don't think he's going to be able to get out of this one. Adapting senses what's happening, and he's standing super far away from Bastion. Oh my goodness, the damage coming out from Thor is unfreaking real, man. Adapting just feather steps and bops his butt. Homie will once again fall, now 11 levels down. Adapting playing so brilliantly smart. 6 and 1 on the side of him. Went straight into stone cutting sword for the 50 physical power, as well as the 10% movement speed and 30 pen on auto attacks when you get it fully stacked. This team is wanting to gain some more cash. Dude, they didn't get enough cash from Worlds. They were upset it wasn't as expensive as the first Worlds, and they said, you know what, we'll just win another big tournament. That way, we can get some more cash monies in the pockets. Adapting's like, I never gotta stream again, dude. I got that cash money. I got that cash money. Amelito farming up well. Matt Yankee trying his hardest at a whopping 0, 0, and 0. Just trying to farm and doing a damn good job of it. Team down 4K, but Matt only down 200 gold himself. Just trying to stay in this for his team so they can make it to a late game stage. This Panthera team seems unstoppable right now. It seems they got their gears in shape after that first game. They got a little bit of a scare at one point. They come back to win. They get some momentum. They say, hey, now we know what they're looking for. Now we know what they're going to do. Let's adapt. And now they're jamming. Okay, I'm done. God. Somebody even said that their solo laner is like a demigod or something. But anyway, moving right along. Once again, we have Panthera looking at the Gold Fury. They're going to go ahead and reset it and start it again. We have a Janus ult going through. Seems to have smacked Emilito. Not too much damage here, though. They're just kind of looking to bait people into a fight. Homie getting off some damage. The big problem right now is Homie needs farm. Homie down over 2K gold right now. Really going to be hard for him to do anything. Wheelix going into some sort of attack speed item may end up being kinned. Adapting has no fear in the world right now, going straight aggression build. Straight aggression. Stealing the speed buff. Poor Homie can't get any farm, and he'll never come back at this rate. He'll just never come back at this rate. Adapting going to take some of Dimmy's farm because he's like, you know what? I'm going to carry you, so I'm going to take all your solo lane farm. Give me that hot level 17. It's going to feel good, man. It's going to feel good. Dimmy even in levels, adapting 5 up, Yaman 2 up, Raffer 2 up. Met Yankee 1 level up on Emilito. Good for Met Yankee, dude. Good for him. Item builds. We got the exact same builds coming out from our hunters. Our supports, we've got a little bit of a different build. Our Sobek went Urchin for himself. Unfortunately, not getting any stacks due to the fact of not getting any kills. Raffer going that Vanguard build into Sovereignty for his team, opting to not go Heartward though. And now they're looking at the Gold Fury. Will SOAR be able to contest? A good spin coming out from Homie to stop that flop knockup. But I'm not sure if this is going to be enough for them to get the Gold Fury. That Gold Fury is at 20% HP. They're not looking to go fight this. Panthera are going to be given that Gold Fury for free as the lead pushes to 5.5k in Panthera's favor. Their only hope right now on the side of SOAR is that Met Yankee comes in big, because all of their other carries are way too behind to have any sort of influence on this game. Panthera now going to move into their team fight. Present stage, it's that 19-20 minute mark. This is where they like to put games away. So they're going to go ahead and start their team fights. They see Baskin over in right lane. They're going to let him split push. They don't care. They're going to push themselves. Dimmy rocking right through the back of this. They get a pluck onto Raffer. It won't be enough damage though. Huge Yamano coming out on to Sobek. Sobek very low, but giant Thorol. They finally land a 4-man Thorol. But Homie's so far behind, he's going to immediately die. Baskin tries to come in and help, but he's getting destroyed by Dimmy right now. Panthera may use this opportunity to back up. And they seem to going to try to reset off this. Met Yankee trying to go back in, still at full health. Almost had a great opportunity right there. Homie lands a 4-man ult, but immediately gets turned on and dies because he's only level 13 and he just can't live through it. But a great mechanical play there from him. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to kill anybody. Lots and lots of actives down on the side of Panthera though, and some actives still up on the side of SOAR. In fact, all of their carries basically still have their actives up, so they could look for another fight soon. Baskin doing Baskin things. Baskin says, I want yo blue. I know yo team 5k ahead, but that's my blue though. Baskin gonna try his damnedest to get out, but he's in a bad spot. He may have got the blue, but he lost his life. Panthera gonna take this opportunity to shove as they always do. They've got 45 seconds of free time. This is very much a tier 2 fight for them. They're going to look to pressure this. Baskin, one of the biggest players by far actually on the team of SOAR. Really their only frontline right now considering how far behind Thor and Sobek are, which means that they're going to have a real hard time doing any pressure in this tier 2 fight. And I wouldn't be surprised to sort of just give it up. Great flop coming out from Raffer there, followed by the stun. Excuse me, the stun followed by the flop, so he couldn't miss it. And this is looking like a pretty straightforward game 2 here for Panthera. Game 1 was close. Game 2 looking very much like the dominant Panthera we are used to seeing. This team is the world champions, and they are showing it right here. This team, if they win this tournament, is undisputably the best team that Smite has had ever in the history of the Smite competitive scene. If Panthera wins this set, they are the best team Smite has ever had. Raffer getting plucked though, doesn't matter. He's bogus. He's going to flop himself right out. Dimmy going an HP heavy build. He's got himself a wing blade and a heavy hammer right now, getting himself 650 bonus health, plus the physical protections from the hide of the Nemean. Not super squishy in terms of magical defense, but once again, their magical damage on Heroine is so far behind that they just can't, they don't even need to build against it right now. Lots of physical defense coming out from all members building defenses on Panthera. The lead is 8k, and they might extend to more. Jigs cut out once again. Does not have anything to get out of that. Gets pulled by adapting once again. The Willox ult will lead to the demise of the support player, as it does so many times. Homie looking to fight. They say, we gotta fight this. This is our time. We need to go in. He's landing right down on himself, trying to save his friend Matt Yankee. A great Aegis, though, coming out on the side of Emilito, gonna allow him to live. He rains down the sun. Adapting rains down the damage. Dimmy and Damon putting everything that they have into SOAR. Baskin barely escaping with his life, except for Barely's. Don't cut it anymore because you just died to Panthera. Panthera are going to get at least one Phoenix off this. In fact, no, they're not going to end the game. They're going to get that Phoenix and they're going to play it safe because this is Panthera. 11k lead. Panthera on the rise. Can look for a pretty free Gold Fury and or Fire Giant or both. And this is all Panthera now. Almost nothing SOAR can do. In fact, if I'm SOAR right now, you might even think about a quick surrender, call it a day. Nobody likes to surrender at lands, but you may want to just start taking this opportunity now to start thinking about your next game and let this one slide. Say, all right, that's okay. 2 games down, but we got 3 more best of ones to go. Okay. And start thinking about your next plans. Start thinking about your picks. Okay, what went wrong this game? Let's not do that again. Okay, we shouldn't give this person this god. Okay, they played this twice in a row. They always do this at this time, so let's be ready for that. We need to be warding here. We need to counter ward here. We need to be doing this type of start instead of this type of start. They need to be thinking about all those things right now as this game comes to a close. Fire Giant to the side of Panthera. The level lead, the gold lead means that this game is over. They cannot win this game. So start thinking about all the things that you can for next game. And instead of hitting the F6 button, let the game play out. Just kind of let it slide, kind of go through the motions, but be talking about your next game so you can be ready and prepared before your opponent is. That's the big hope right now, is they need to have the preparation ready to go. Because this could very well be a best of 3 series, as I expected it would be. Here in the finals with Panthera at DreamHack Smite, the Smite Masters tournament. The other Smite Masters tournament previously being in Brazil, won by AFK Gaming. But that's not the point here. Now we have Panthera in the Smite Masters tournament with against SOAR in Europe at DreamHack, and they are hungry for more prizes. They want more money. They want more fame. They want more trophies, and they are actively attempting to get it right now. Jig's taking a little bit of harass, doesn't really matter. Big damage from the Thor hammer coming out. Unfortunately, it was onto Raffer. He's going to be healing it up with that Fire Giant. Sustain. And we have Homie into the air. Will he be able to land on a teammate? Where is he going? Oh, he's already down. He didn't do anything. He's on level 14. Oh, goodness gracious. Panthera just absolutely wally-womping right now. Baskin ultis in, lands on like 3 people. He's trying to get damage in the back. Baskin actually doing so much damage by himself right now. If only his team wasn't level 14. Matt Yankee picks up a kill on the Divvy, and they might be able to hold this. Matt Yankee almost dead, but gets a great meditation from the team. Actually, it's probably a soul leader, not even a meditation allowing him to live. They will hold the left Phoenix, actually, against Panthera. A great hold, except for Raffer's initiating back in. Homie has to Beads, throws his hammer. Yaman's coming back in as well. Beads is... But we're going to have Matt Yankee out of position, gets flopped up by adapting, has no way to get out of it. Great defense coming out from SOAR right there, but unfortunately, Panthera comes back in, gets the last little pick on Dimmy, but honestly, no Phoenix lost. Fire Giant time running down. You can't be behind any more gold than you're behind. You can't be down any more XP than you're behind, because the entire team is basically level 20 in full builds, and you're basically half builds in level 10. So, any hold like that is a positive for SOAR. I'd still be talking about the next game, but 14k down. They held. You know what? We'll see. Jigs, unfortunately, does not have beads this game. He does not have beads this game. He went the Heavenly Shell. We never really talked about it. We knew he didn't get beads as his first active. We had talked about it earlier, but he didn't get it for second one, which is why he has the opportunity of just getting a Willix ulted over and over again, because he can't stop it. Very hard as a support to not get beads against a Willix, period. Homie fight going into the air, looking for some sort of fight. Seeing if he can land on somebody. He could not reach his targets. Janisol coming through, only going to hit iRapper, but iRapper has a great flop in. Hits a 3-man drunk. They've got pressure on the Jigs, but a good unstable Vortex is going to keep them out for now. Heroin getting pressured on, has to portal away. They're going to drop this Phoenix for free. Adapting, possibly looking at this mid tower, waiting for somebody to walk through. First, he's going to let his Hunter walk through because he's a jungler. He doesn't need to tank anything. Mid Phoenix immediately falling. Adapting, looking for the pressure. SOAR needs to fight this. They cannot lose their third Phoenix at this point in the game. They gotta fight, they gotta win. Jigs looking to go in. A good flop in the back line, but it's not gonna knock anybody up. Rapper taking a lot of damage, and Yaman comes in. Here's the huge adapting ultimate onto Jigs. It will finish him off as a bunch of damage from Yaman comes out onto the back line. May Yankee does pick up a kill, but adapting will once again pick up another kill. Can he get the triple kill? The feather step doesn't hit. Amelito picks up the kill, and this could be the end of our game here for SOAR. Should be 2-0 the way of Panthera. Great play from Panthera. Oh my goodness, luckily Aegis was still up for homie so he doesn't die again, except for he dies inside the fountain. The BM from Yemen, dude. They're actually... Amelito runs into the fountain, dude. This is easy mode for them right now. 2-0 the way of Panthera.